Many, many years ago, all the way back to the 1990s, we used to be all about distortion pedals to get our sound. Not that we had one when we were kids, but the more distortion, the better, because that usually sounded the best going through our really tiny PV combos. And the second distortion pedal I ever bought was the DOD Grunge pedal. Now there are several iterations of this pedal, and I had the very first version that had the labels loud, butt face, and grunge, and it was slightly different stylistically, and the battery door actually came off completely. It wasn't hinged like the Mark II version that I have here, and later, once DOD was acquired by Digitech, there was a Digitech version, and they all kind of sound a little different. And I was in a shop a few weeks ago, a pawn shop, and they had a very, very beat up, gross looking grunge pedal, but that got my gears turning, and man, I used to have one of those. So I found one on Reverb for $25, and I thought I would check it out. I actually haven't plugged this pedal in yet. I don't even know if this works. I did put a battery in it, but I actually don't know if this pedal works or not. We're going to put this into the front of an orange OR15, and then we're going to put it into the effects return. So using this as a preamp and see if they sound any different. I remember this pedal having insane amounts of gain, but we'll see. I don't know how accurate my memory really is. So let's plug this in and give it a shot, shall we? I have no idea how this is gonna sound. Okay. Wait a second. The gain knob all the way down. All the way down. Okay, let's go all the way up. Oh boy. It cracks me up that all the way down, the gain all the way off, that's how much gain there is. Let's go all the controls 10. So the low and high controls just really decide how prevalent the mid-range is. None of the controls actually really do anything. I remember them being a little bit more responsive, but I was a kid. I was 14 or 15 years old at the time. Let's try this into the effects loop return and hope for better results, maybe. Okay, so I am plugged into the effects loop return. I am now using the grunge pedal as a preamp. Put all the EQs and all the controls back at noon. Oh, that's a little bit better. is pretty bizarre, actually. I'm gonna turn both all the way off. That sounds like an intro of like a rock song. I don't know what that was. I love how the gain control just does not do much at all. All right. And that was a vintage DOD grunge pedal. This is what we had to roll with back when I was about 16 years old. It's actually not as good as I remember it being. I'm kind of disappointed that my memory of this pedal was actually quite good. I remember it just having insane amounts of gain, and I was so stoked on that. Maybe it was just my perspective at the time, but the DOD pedals, you could get cheaper than the Boss pedals, and therefore, me and my friends would always buy these instead of the Boss pedals. I believe mine got stolen in about 1997 because back before there was camera phones and back before there was, you know, email or cell phones for that matter, there was no way to prove you had anything. So I would come to school and I'd be like, I just got a Strat. I got my first Fender Strat. And my friends would go, no, you didn't. You're lying. Like, no, I don't have any proof because I don't have anything to bring to you. So I used to just bring my pedals to school with me. And I believe it got stolen in science class. Someone took it out of my bag and just stole my grunge pedal, which maybe they were trying to do me a favor. I don't know. But yeah, the DOD grunge pedal. That does it for this episode of what I'm going to call Remember the 90s? Yeah. Fluff out.